Another one? Is that what y'all saying? Another one? You're like, damn, bruh. Take it easy. I know. Don't worry, not another response video. I was going to, but I thought, you know what? Nah, man. So, staying in your own lane. Let me start with this. I had a subscriber that left, one of the newer subscribers, and that person looked like they were lefty because they had the kind of like the Comrade Meow, Comrade Meow Seitung. Yeah, they had the hat and everything. And they saw the video where I was talking about, basically, it doesn't end here. And that video kind of went Wignatish, kind of in my lexicon. He may say alt-right or Nazi or whichever word. So that subscriber didn't like that. So they left it, a dislike, and they deleted their comment. Okay, that's fine. I mean, but it made me think about other stuff. For me, it's like I'm always, I'm sorry. Let me just I'm gonna try to start over a bit, but I was gonna respond to this dude Nathan Rich, and this Nathan Rich dude. Hold on. Let me go ahead and skip past his business there. Okay. I was gonna talk about him because this Nathan Rich dude. I'll just briefly mention what I was gonna say about this dude. It just sounded like he was taking money. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Okay. Sorry about that dead air there. Okay. What I was gonna say is that Nathan Rich dude, because it sounded like he was just, said he was getting investor money, but he needed more money for, people to hire so that he can get someone to edit his videos, this and that. And he's, I think that the term Wu Mao, I guess, it's kind of like, they love, these white folks who love China and this and that. And there's a lot of those type of white folks, But overall, these are folks that live in like Shenzhen or live in Beijing. They live in the bigger cities. And that's including Serpent ZA and everything else. And y'all know, for long-time subscribers, y'all know this, but the ones that just maybe showed up, I'll tell you how I feel. I don't really care for expats. If you're an American, I don't understand. People go through life changes. People go through situations and they have to leave the country. I get that shit. But it's like, you could just live your life in another country and be cool. But the thing is, when you start doing other when you're doing other videos and stuff, it's like, yo, man, you still gonna be an American, B. So, I feel like in a way, a lot of these folks, a lot of these, these white folks, or sometimes, just the YouTubers that exist in China, they just do the funny videos, or they, may talk about Chinese politics a little bit, this and that. People like Serpent ZA and Lao White 86, and definitely, I don't really care for either one of them. And a lot of folks said, yeah, they saw the anti-China stuff. Exactly, that was part of it. But they also, now they both have secured a better future for themselves, because now they both have wives, they both have kids with Chinese women, so they got kids with them. But it's not even about them. This dude Nathan Rich apparently used to be a he's one of the a lot of these Chinese, or the white dudes who go to China, they inevitably are folks that worked in technology and they're trying to find a quick buck. That's the reality, is that these are folks that came to China and they're like, oh, well, now I love China. But they don't know too much about it. They live in the big cities, and they're pretty protected. You see what I'm saying? And they make their money, through detonations and everything else. I'm never going to be monetized. You know what? I'll be honest with y'all. It's just a side note, and they're getting their money through that way. because they had money in the first place. They at least had some expertise. For me, as you can tell, if I was a smarter sort of dude, I would have, more polished videos and, a better camera, this and that, and, have more knowledge about stuff. As you can tell, I'm using the lazy man's way through StreamYard. I'm living in my mama house. I'll be honest with y'all. My mom pays for everything. All right. Whenever I get a check through, I'm going to college and everything else, that's a whole other story. But anyway, just to reveal myself a little bit. That way, I can judge a little bit harshly, that way. But this dude, typically makes videos, talking about, of course, Tim Pool saying how he's anti-China, how he's this and that. But overall, what it made me realize? I was going to do the video on this Nathan Rich dude, and then I realized, you know what? Fuck that. Because I need to stay in my own lane. It's like, let the Chinese, the expats who live in China, let them do their own thing. Let them stay in their own lane. I was going to respond to him, but you know what? That's just stupid. It's just silly, and it would just, I've already responded to the same people that I always respond to, Bo the Fifth Column, aka Justin King, and Vosh, and when whenever Innuendo Studios puts out another decent video that, I'll actually want to respond to, then I'll respond to it. But otherwise, stick to your own, stick to your own thing, It's like, in general, I don't really care for, I really shouldn't be fucking with people that I don't know anything about. So I'm going to try to do that. Once again, this is, I laugh at myself because daggum, I know y'all like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was thinking about that same, I'm still bugging at that comment that dude said, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then, once I told him, I just said, well, it's just about, this change in America isn't just going to stay in 2020. It's going to continue forward. And he probably heard more of it. And he didn't, or that person didn't like it. I don't know. He, she, it, whatever. And they're like, okay, I'm bouncing. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all should check out the video I did on Vosh. Like I said, let me talk about that. If y'all are here, I'm going to go ahead and talk about that right quick. Vosh, still tries to defend, capitalist companies, these big corporations, embracing Black Lives Matter, and he's still coping and saying, well, that's a good thing. We should do that. Just allow capitalism to do that. And he's really going all out, going for the gusto of being like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to stick with this. It's like, come on, man, what are you doing? It's the same thing when I saw with, when you see these other type of folks, praising Chaz or Chop. It's like, come on, man. Are you really going to do that? Well, but once again, like I say, I'm waiting for the article. I'll wait for any sort of article where it comes out where they just say that Chopper Chaz was a great thing, this and that, and it was, there was a right winger, there was a fascist that killed that 19-year-old and everything. Come on, man. You, it makes me laugh. It honestly does. It makes me laugh when I see people like that. I'm like, yo, really? You gonna? I don't even know, but it's just so ridiculous. Yeah, Vosh is literally promoting rape and molesting trannies. Okay. I mean, the thing with people like Vosh is, he tried to really apologize for that comment he made, talking to that, what was it, that kid on his Discord or whatever, and of course talking about horsecock. Yeah, I mean, he gets a little too live and everything, but he's going to be shown for the opportunity he is eventually. It's going to be funny, man. I can't wait for that day. Because he's going to find some way to flip it. If Biden wins in 2020 and he doesn't provide harm reduction, he's going to find some way to flip it. But yeah, I mean, that's how I feel ultimately. It's like, yo, man, just crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna stay in my own lane. Basically, that was all I wanted to say. Basically, is I'm gonna stay in my own lane. I'm not gonna fuck around with folks that live in China. This and that. I mean, ultimately, I feel like I don't have a problem with China. I don't have a problem with Chinese people. Ultimately, they're gonna do. They may be running this country. They may be taking parts of this country if we fall apart. Probably. I mean, who knows? Who knows how far they're gonna go? But it's like, they're going to do what they're going to do. I mean, ultimately, I try to have more of a centrist view about China. I feel like they're trying to embrace their past while also moving forward. I feel like that they're trying to keep, they're putting Mao, and they're putting a lot of the real not so nice history. They're putting that in the back room, including Tiananmen Square. And ultimately, I'm going to say this about Tiananmen Square. It was those pesky kids that did it. I'm going to be honest. And it's not me being funny either. A lot of those kids were managers, or they were privileged kids, spoiled brats who were protesting, and they killed a couple of PLA soldiers. So I think I have come around to that. But I think ultimately, like I said, China, they're going to do what they're going to do. So I shouldn't, I'm not going to mess with people like that. If you want to support China and everything, go ahead, I'm a Castizo futurist. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Castizo gang, baby. Yeah. I'll probably, yeah. But I feel like that's where I'm at on China. I feel like ultimately they're going to do what they're going to do. Is it necessarily going to affect me? No. It's like, if you really go off and, if you really have a hard on against China, it's like you getting some money. If you really, be promoting that, you're either somebody that just, it thinks that they're on the right side of history, or you're making a lot of money. You're being paid to say that, honestly. So, but yeah, I was gonna try and make this more complicated than what it was, but I'm just gonna leave it where it is. So I'm just gonna try to stick to doing these little videos here and there. If you wanna, I don't understand the system in China. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Let whatever that Nathan Rich dude is doing, let him do it. Let him. I don't need to, I don't need that type of drama. I've already pissed people off. So I'm gonna stick to my own, stay in my own lane to a point. I may break out a little bit and do some things and do some independent stuff here and there. I may do some more books, upload some books of me reading. I know I'm looking at Revolt of the Elites, and I know I want to get through that book, but I've been going to bed at like 2 a.m. and everything like that's not healthy. 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, that's not healthy. And then my mom wakes me up to try to. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too personal, but. So I'll try to do some stuff like that, but yeah. But sometimes you can be trapped in a certain way. I will say that about Vaush, because it seems like he already regrets talking about certain people. Like Steven Crowder. It's like, I don't want to do a Steven Crowder video. It's like, come on, man. You built your fucking career off that. Same thing with people like Ben Shapiro. You made your career off that. You can't be mad at the system that is it what made you famous. It's the same thing with that's the same thing with actors. It's like, I don't want to do this shit, motherfucker. That's the role that you did. You're gonna be fucking typecast in that way. With people like me, I can be somewhat more fluid to a point. I can post videos about memes and everything else like that. I like being small. I don't really worry that much about numbers. I'm just worried, if people leave, okay, they leave. I'll just worry about that one person because they left a comment and then they deleted it and everything else. I don't know. But anyway, I think that where the fuck am I going with this? I don't even know, man. I made like 6 videos today. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. But at this point, it's like, I gotta know where I'm at in life and just kind of accept it. For people like me, we just we're what I call myself? I call myself an everyday guy. I'm the everyday guy. Yeah, somewhere I work at. you don't talk to me every day. You don't see, it's like, I mean, you may not talk to me, but I'm there every day. Is that you may not even want to fuck with me that day. You're like, man, I'm pissed off. I'm mad as a motherfucker. I just want to do this day and go home. But it's like when you need me, be like, okay, cool. Okay, what you need help with, man? I got you. So I'm the everyday guy. That's how I see it. It's like, I think that my subscribers may feel the same way. It's like, I know that this old boomer will say the same shit he said, generally speaking. In general, I try to stay in my little lane, and I try to stay in, and say, and pretty much say the same types of things I've said before. So that's not really a surprise, but I feel like that's where I keep it. I'm comfy where I'm at. Now, things may change. I may end up, just getting a full-time job or whatever, and I'll end up having to leave this channel, and then someone will find this and say, "Oh, that's your voice, isn't it?" Luckily I privated the videos that that have my face, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. Those videos, I don't say anything controversial, but just in case, you gotta be careful nowadays. Those TikTok kids, it's sad, man. That's one of the saddest things, seeing those TikTok kids get their lives ruined because they said, the N-word in one of those videos. And people are going after them and everything else. Oh, this person was racist. Sky Jackson, the little girl from from Jessie on Disney Channel. I mean, she going after folks. It's like, come on, man. That's just sad. That's a sad thing, man. You're going to ruin people's lives doing that. You're creating your own enemies. You're going to create folks that just have nothing to lose, or you're going to have folks that are just going to be against you forever, man. You don't want that. I don't want that type of evil on me. But that's the way this world works now. And you could say it's Stasi, or you could say whatever type of boomer type of thing you want to say, or it's like Soviet society, or I don't give a fuck about those. It's a new type of thing, basically. It's a new type of cancel culture. Yeah, boomer futurism, exactly. Yeah, boomer futurism. Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me. Boomer futurism. BIG all day. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna tear these statues down and put up statues of Notorious B.I.G. That's what I'm gonna do. But I don't even know, man. I don't even know, B. It's just, we all just gotta realize where we come from. Now I gotta say to myself before I end this, like, am I gonna play Close Combat 3 again? And don't worry, I'm not gonna put it on stream. But yeah, Notorious. Yeah. Maybe I'll go out and see what mom and dad are watching. I'll probably do that. I'm just trying to figure it out, because, man, it gets you hot at night. And, man, I tell you what, it gets hard to sleep when it's so hot outside. And you got that heat that's inside. I remember, this is my last boomer thing, but I remember working at this place that put together ventilators. And it held in the heat. And, we'd be up there, like till maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It was the third shift, or like the night shift, I guess you could say. And, it was just still hot as a motherfucker in there. And, you just get outside, you feel that cool air. It's just these, some of these places, they just hold in heat. And you're just like, man, you sweating up a storm. You're like, man, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm still sweating, man. It's crazy. Or it's like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Why is it still hot, man? It's crazy. I mean, I guess that's, you could say part of it is climate change. But I think even down here where I live, it was always like this. But I don't know, man. I think that's all I had to really say, man. I think it's just, I'm going to try to stay in my own lane. I'm not going to be messing with folks I don't need to be messing with. And, I'm going to stick to my own little thing, man. I think that if there's one thing I learned in life, the heat brings out the wild and you're right on that. But, I stick to my own little thing, Is it it's kind of like, in real life, you only have about 5 friends in your whole life. That's the truth. There's only about 5 people in your life that you can call friends and be like, yo, you got my back, B? Yo, word up, son. I got you, man. Word. Say nothing more. I got you. And I think that's true. It's like if I, hooked up with this one friend, I don't know if we still, yeah. Pierce was a CISO futurist too. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're talking about Dr. Pierce. Yeah, I'm sure he was. May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. I haven't seen every single clip of his. Never. The thing, you know what? There's another boomer thing. The first time I heard about William Luther Pierce, remember that old? Y'all remember that old history documentary where they're talking about the history of the Ku Klux Klan? And they had the clips before they tore it down in Washington State of the dude that was like I don't know if it was like a prot church or whatever, but they say Zeke Heil, this and that, and they were talking about the Turner Diaries, this and that too, and they did show a clip of they interviewed Dr. William Luther Pierce. So yeah, that was the first time I heard about him. In all honesty, I was like, oh, okay. And of course, this was a time when I was still more of a Daily Show liberal, as I'll call it. Yeah, happening at yeah. Oh, really? At a Walmart warehouse in Cali? Oh, okay. Huh. Walmart in California. Let me see. I was putting in random shit, but I'll go ahead. Oh, 2 dead in shooting. Oh, really? Word? Where's this at? Oh, Red Bluff, California. Where's Red Bluff? Is that north or south? Let me see here. Is that north or south? Northern or southern California? Let me see. Oh, screw you, New York Times. I'm not gonna pay you. I'm not gonna pay for you. I'm broke as hell. Near Dairyville, Bend. Let me see here. Where? Okay, it's up there in Northern Cali. Okay. 2 dead, huh? Let me see if there's another. Okay. Sacramento B. Let me see if they're gonna make me pay. Walmart distribution center. Okay, 2 killed, 4 hurt. 2 people were killed and at least 4 others wounded Saturday after a gunman drove his SUV into a Northern California distribution center. Opened fire. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep, a gunman carrying an AR-type weapon. Incident began after just 3 p.m. 120 miles north of Sacramento. Fire at the facility. Man reported to the dispatchers that his leg was run over. Oh, shit. Was run over when the shooter rammed a vehicle into the facility, but the man wasn't sure he'd been shot. Damn, bro. That's crazy. But I think I've talked a fair amount already. I'm just gonna see how it goes, man. It's just been easier just to record like this, and then when the time gets too low on my free time that I get on StreamYard, I'll probably just start to upload more of the the videos where I'm reading books, just to give y'all something. I don't know if y'all watch those or whatnot. Did y'all watch those? I'll be honest. I bet y'all don't watch. It's okay. I'm not gonna hate on it, but I'll go ahead and do that. I could do a video on Heimbach. I could do a video on Heimbach. You know what? I'll go ahead and take your advice. I think tomorrow. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see, Matt Heimbach. A little behind the times, but I'll take a hint from my subscribers. Why not? Let me see here. Okay. Light upon light. Here we go. Light upon light. Here we go. Let me see here. They link it? Yeah, here we go. Light upon light. Shapeshifters. Okay. Well, why not? You know what? I'm here. Let's go ahead and do it. I'll watch the book videos. Okay, thanks, Glasgow. I appreciate that. But you know what? I'm a spur of the moment sort of fella at this point. So guess what? We're gonna go ahead and respond to Heimbach. Why not? Y'all want to stick around? If you do, You can. If not, you can just watch this tomorrow or whatever the case may be. Why not? Give me a minute here. Let me plug in my earphones here, headphones. You go ahead and do that. Well, why not? Why not? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and respond to Heimbach. Why not? That's staying in my own lane, I think, relatively speaking. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. Okay, Mr. Heimbach. What does Mr. Heimbach got to say? Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and speed it up here because I'm not going to listen to this. And his audio is shit. If I remember watching this video, this audio is shit, but I'll listen to it. Go ahead.
I'm from a small town called Poolsville, Maryland, and for the majority of my adult life, I've been the future face of organized hate. I've spent, really realistically about the last 10 years of my life engaging in the white nationalist movement and leading a large portion of it. My trajectory in the movement, I think I followed what?
This dude led the white national. No, you did not. You did not lead any movement. Come on, man. You were a LARPer, man. Come on.
A lot of people did, and you can see kind of what they began to call the alt-right. I created a white student union on my college campus because there were 26 different other ethnic organizations. I thought white students deserved one too. But very quickly, that kind of brought me down a rabbit hole. I, was forced to kind of make a choice there, and I decided to double down, which ended up with me creating the Traditionalist Workers Party, which was a political party that was a National Socialist in orientation. And of course, everything always led to Charlottesville, that pretty much everyone in the world knows, which really was kind of the high watermark, I think, of the alt.
The thing is, this fool is not going to. I bet he's not going to mention one word about Matt Parrott or his wife that he banged or any of that. Oh my goodness. I remember that I was reading some story and this dude was, I think this was either at Charlottesville or a little bit before Charlottesville. He was wasted out of his mind with, I think it was Chris Cantwell. And they were about to fight. And this dude passed out on the floor. Passed out on the concrete. He was out on walking on a sidewalk or something. Absolutely plastered. Come on, man. And come on, man. You really gonna, nah, he's not going to though. Come on.
All right. But, we were involved also in campaigning for Donald Trump in 2016, political rallies from coast to coast, organizing chapters. And I was incredibly involved on a grassroots level of building a network where we were having the largest rallies that we've seen in the United States in 20 plus years. So for me, being involved as a grassroots organizer, it definitely put me in a unique position. But one of the biggest things that, as my trajectory continued, I began to realize.
You were a LARPer. You were a LARPer who put on the helmet and, sashayed around and, did all that type of thing. Made white folks look worse than what they were. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You did.
This, the movement in general, I think, can really be summed up a lot like the election. Like, I was excited about the idea of an infrastructure bill to revitalize my community. I was excited about ending foreign wars. I was excited about draining the swamp and all these things. And then all we got was business as usual. And just like I got involved in the movement where I thought we were going to do all these great things and build all these things, and it just ended up not coming to fruition. So back in 2018, my last real foray into the movement was temporarily being a member of the National Socialist Movement, where I had joined under the pretenses that we were going to modernize the organization.
NSM, of course, was led by Jeff Shep, who now is in the same place as him. You had to, why is it that now Jeff Shep is Mr. Anti-Racist, and now you're Mr. Anti-Racist? It's almost like, come on, man, really? Okay, go ahead.
And move the ideology in a far less supremacist and reactionary narrative, but the rank and file was not supportive of that change. So I resigned and was kicked out after I already resigned, being called a communist. I guess if the red star fits, then that's kind of appropriate.
I bet they kicked you out because you were so cringe, bro. That's probably why they kicked you out. You're just telling yourself, oh, they called me a communist. Oh, now I got the red star. No, I mean, you're the typical, you kind of fit the bill maybe, but it's like, yeah. Remember, you're LARPing about Hezbollah, so come on, man, really?
What's really changed my perspective is kind of expanding the scope of what defines my community. It's not just poor white people that are being left behind, it's poor people.
Oh, it's not just poor white people. Oh, boy. Are you going to give me this class reductionist sort of bullshit? Come on, man. Come on. Oh, well, I wanted my community, revitalized. No, you ruined your community because you are banging somebody. Come on, man. What did you ever do for your freaking community? Give me a break.
People in general, and it's not just poor people here in Appalachia or in the South or in the United States, it's really across the world. So that for me has really kind of been a big change to kind of reframe everything. So over the past 2 years, I've really kind of developed a different perspective on politics, and now I'm here trying to do something different with Light Upon Light and Parallel Networks. I had spent a lot of time just kind of on the sidelines. I was just going to be apolitical, wasn't going to be involved in any capacity. But as we see more arrests, especially with groups like the Base and Atomwaffen Division and things like that, I feel like my perspective.
The Base and Atomwaffen, as far as I've heard, I mean, I've kind of, from the stuff I've heard, that's the same thing. If you take the Base and Atomwaffen in any serious way, you're an idiot. Though, especially the Base, that was infiltrated by feds. there were, the 3 guys that came from Canada got busted. So give me a fucking break, bruh. Come on.
Is something that people know that I've walked that road, that I understand them, I know where they're coming from, and these guys need help. I understand that what brought me into the movement was really seeing economic, social, and political alienation and abandonment of my community, and following the model of studies done with anti-jihadist work in Europe, where the first thing you have to do is establish a line of communication, a line of support, and start a process first of just humanizing them, listening to them, and then trying to find ways to help them. To be able to begin a process of de-radicalization through really being understanding and compassionate, my trajectory has led me to a belief that a different form of politics is necessary, one built on grassroots organizing that involves all people, because that's the only way we're going to make change.
Grassroots. And all people. No, it's never going to happen that way. You're always going to get the loudest motherfuckers are going to be the ones that take over. So this whole idea, people are going to join. Guess what? The Indian folks are going to be fighting the Chinese folks, because of course we see the beef going on right now. The black folks aren't going to like the Koreans, everything. Come on, man. You think that it's just, that's just the stupidest fucking thing. Grassroots organizing. People have done grassroots organizing for fucking ever. You act like you're the first person to ever do it. Give me a break.
It's not going from the top down, it's going to be from the bottom up. That isn't being done here in the United States at all, with the exception of the efforts that are being put forward by parallel networks. So that's why I thought
even I have to defend anarchists for a minute. Come on. Are you kidding me? All these wannabe, even the Maoists, as cringe as they are, it's like they even, it's like they've said, at least, they talk about all these different types of movements. But of course he says, only Light Upon Light is doing that. You're not even going to talk about your man, what is his name? Picciolini, Mr. Peppercini. You're not going to talk about him, Mr. Pepperoni. He Christian Pepperoni. I mean, he was with you too, right? I mean, I'm sure you must have known him or at least heard about him. But okay, go ahead then.
It would be really exciting to get involved on the ground.
Damn, they just cut his ass off, didn't they?
I support Light Upon Light primarily because, in my experience, ever since I've been in the movement, I've been approached by formers, if you want to call them that, people that used to be involved in the movement in some capacity. And overwhelmingly, a lot of people with good intentions, but I wasn't particularly impressed, first of all, by the fact that there was no conversations, especially about legitimizing the real struggles that members of my community and myself in general in my life deal with and fight with. And I don't know how you can go through the hollers of West Virginia or Kentucky or the rusted out former industrial towns of Pennsylvania, Ohio, and not see real struggles and real people suffering and real people dying. And I never heard anyone even seem to care about the people who are suffering. Like, why do people join the far right as a movement? A simplistic view is to say, these people are backwards or they're hate-filled. Dehumanization, I think, only increases polarization. It only increases the problems, and it doesn't address any of the things that are at the root of violent extremism and political polarization. So for me, what really, really was unique about Light Upon Light and parallel networks is that it starts from a process, first of all, of listening and humanizing people and trying to address root problems and actually treat violence as a symptom, not something that just needs to be stamped out with a boot. But you have to address things like mental health care, economic stability, housing. People not feeling that they're listened to in a political system that forces them, at least in their own.
I remember seeing Alt Hype's video on this, and he was saying that he's very naive. I definitely get this feeling about him, is that he was probably offered some sort of position or offered something, and he thought, yeah, because he didn't want to be second potato to people like Christian Pepperoni or any of these types of folks. So he decides to join this Light Upon Light shapeshifters. That sounds like some Illuminati shit, to be honest with you, but it's like, come on, man. And I think that he just didn't want to play second potato in anyone. That's what it sounds like to me. But go ahead.
Our own mind to lash out in violent ways. But if you don't start from a point of compassion and understanding and humanizing people, then all you're ever going to do is see more tragic incidents of violence, more people throwing their lives away, and the problem's going to get worse. And parallel networks and Light Upon Light is taking an entirely different approach to law enforcement agencies and former organizations. They're doing something unique here in the United States that no one else is doing. So that to me was pretty exciting. The biggest way to be able to solve the issues of violence is people need to feel empowered. The biggest thing, first of all, is to, I think, approach people that are in the movement and begin a process of dialogue to be able to help them.
Why don't you help the people in your community? Why are you worried about all these wignats and everything else? I mean, to me, why don't you worry about the young kids and all that business, man?
Find more productive avenues where they don't have to feel this drive to be engaged in violence, but then work on a larger level to address the inequalities that are within our system. The issues of globalization, the issues of a capitalist economy that are really driving people into the dirt where they can't be able to take care of their families, they can't keep a roof over their head, it leads to insecurity. That we need to address these systemic problems. Issues of like having proper education for people, which here in the United States,
Once again, those are, how are you going to change the economic system for West Virginia and everything else? Are you going to run for office? Are you going to try to change the laws? Are you going to, teach people to grow vegetables or something like that? What are you going to do, man?
a lot of working class people don't have access to this types of education to get jobs where they can provide a basic standard of living for themselves. And to be able to find better ways, more productive ways to empower individuals and communities to build a better world. It really starts with listening and understanding, trying to address the symptoms, by addressing the causes. That's the way I think we stop violence, is addressing the root causes that drive people to extremism. The symptoms will resolve themselves. I think my biggest advice for people that are involved in extremist movements is, first of all, you're not alone. And acting out in ways of violence only ends up hurting other innocent people. And we can see that time and time again. So the best thing to do to really want to change, because I know if you're involved in one of these organizations and you've experienced job loss, you've experienced being distant from your family, you've experienced physical violence against yourself, you've dealt with all sorts of different types of persecution, you're obviously incredibly driven, probably very well.
Yeah, physical violence against yourself. Yeah, particularly Matt Parrott, who went after you, I'm sure, to smack you up. Come on, man.
Red. And you want to build a better world. Everything that drives you is probably to build a better world. So why not join all the other people from different backgrounds, ethnicities, religions, and cultures that are also dealing with many of these same problems, and also
the people that have different cultures probably don't want to talk to you either. You know, I mean, it's like, what are you talking about? Different cultures, man. It's like, come on. A Chinese person can only understand you so much, because guess what? They have their own issues. They got their own family somewhere else. It's the same thing with folks or Indian folks that live in the United States and all this, and black folks and everything else, man. When worst comes to worst, my peoples come first. Come on, man.
build a better world. To just kind of raise your gaze a little bit to say, all of us are in this together, and you can be a part of that solution.
We're all in this together. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's never. If you have seen these, once again, let's talk about the, these higher casted Indian folks who are saying F white people, this and that. They are getting better positions. These are I can't think of the word in Indian right now, but basically, you see these Hindi folks who are getting higher up in the food chain because that's the game that they play. This is probably the similar game that they played in India so that they can maintain their caste system. So don't give me that fuck shit that we can all get along. No, they're going to throw you under the bus, cracker.
Just not isolating yourself and walling yourself off in a movement that has done absolutely nothing to make our people's lives better here in the United States, for whether you're talking about white people or anyone else. Like, we need to be involved in a wider and broader struggle together.
Blah. There you go. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah. I'm not with Handback. Yeah, exactly. Worst comes to worst as we speak. Yeah, exactly. The outing of white nationalists will happen in all the building in the world. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Piccolini, yeah. Oh, Piccolini called him a grifter? Oh, well, that's Peppercini for you. I don't really care what Peppercini has to say. But anyway, I think I'll keep it there. But I do, like I say, I do what my audience wants. I try to do that. Anyway, I'll go ahead and keep y'all. Maybe I'll do something tomorrow. I'll see how it goes. I'll see what happens with Chaz, basically. Technically, tomorrow. One last little thing here before I go is technically tomorrow, Chaz is supposed to take down the barriers, or the folks that are still in Chaz are supposed to take down the barriers, and things are supposed to slowly go back to normal. We're going to see what's going to happen. I feel like this is going to be more of a Mexican standoff type of situation. I'm going to keep it there, though. I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I'll see you later. So bye-bye.